inside.
For clothes that Tristan lost. At Bold 3 Detergent Plus Fabric Softener.
Funky colors. Shapes that swing.
But when I got back and I found out that he'd stolen Ben, lies have gotten all of us into so much trouble.
Justin Trudeau's ending his time as Prime Minister of Canada with a very bizarre bang. Trudeau was captured walking out of the House of Commons for the final time, carrying his chair and sticking his tongue out to the camera above. Online commentators immediately launched on him, saying, "Oh look, Justin Trudeau is stealing from Canadians again. That chair doesn't belong to Justin Trudeau, it belongs to the taxpayers who paid for it." The bizarre move comes after Trudeau's final weeks were marred by escalated tensions between the US and Canada, where Donald Trump made Justin Trudeau cry.
On a personal level, I've made sure that every single day in this office, I put Canadians first, that I have people's backs.
Oh, look at this little Bentley.
Welcome to my world.
This is beautiful. You lucky son. I've seen photographs of it in magazines and I've seen little clips on the TV, but I've never actually been here.
Yeah, it's a fairly sort of mixed bag.
Yeah, well, there's nothing here under at least 5 million. It's a marvellous place to be.
Isaiah 57 and verse 4 reads, "Against whom do ye sport yourselves? Against whom make ye a wide mouth and draw out the tongue? Are ye not children of transgression, a seed of falsehood?"
Building back better means getting support to the most vulnerable while maintaining our momentum on reaching the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and the SDGs.
Kali is one of Hinduism's most powerful and famous goddesses. She is known for her dark beauty and destructive nature, but is also admired for her wisdom and liberating power. The goddess of destruction is depicted as sullen and frightening, with dark skin, a stretched tongue, and visible teeth, usually holding a sword and a severed head. The sword symbolizes her ability to cut through men's illusions that hold them to earthly suffering, while the head symbolizes ego death. The long hair appears loose, and she is usually depicted dancing with the god Shiva at her feet. This feat symbolizes the dualism between the goddess's fury and Shiva's calm and wisdom. She is the goddess of destruction and death. She is also considered the goddess of infinite time, and one of the forces that rules the universe, destroying what is old and decaying to allow for renewal and rebirth.
Canada is here to listen and to help. This pandemic has provided an opportunity for a reset. This is our chance to accelerate our pre-pandemic efforts to reimagine economic systems that actually address global challenges like extreme poverty, inequality, and climate change.
Remember when Satan rebelled against God? Explained in part here in Isaiah 14 and 13. "For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God." And going back to Isaiah 57 and 4, we see the reference to the seed of falsehood. This certainly sounds like Satan's seed. The children of transgression or rebellion and revolt are Satan's children, his seed.
And that's why I'm here to tell you all that we got you.
It is my great honor to address the National Catholic Prayer Breakfast. I want to thank my good friend, Leonard Leo, and the board members of this wonderful breakfast, as well as, of course, the Knights of Columbus. And congratulations to Attorney General Bill Barr, special man, on receiving the annual award. I also want to express my deep gratitude to every person who prays for me and for the First Lady and for our country. We love our country. There's no country like it. I grew up next to a Catholic church in Queens, New York, and I saw how much incredible work the Catholic Church did for our community. These are amazing people. These are great, great people.
And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon, and the dragon fought and his angels, and prevailed not, neither was their place found any more in heaven. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him.
I'm in the European quarter of Brussels looking for a mythical woman who has become an emblem of the European Union. And here she is. She's called Europa, she's hanging onto a bull, and the building behind her houses both the European Council and the Council of the European Union. Note that she has not taken the bull by the horns, she's clinging on for dear life. In the Greek myth, the god Zeus took a fancy to Europa, a Phoenician princess. He transformed himself into a white bull and made sweet lowing noises. Naturally, Europa climbed onto his back, and he made off with her, swimming across the ocean to Crete where he raped her. The continent of Europe was named after her sometime during the 8th century. It so happens that Europe is Europa in the vast majority of European languages. Europa.eu is the European Union's official website. Europa on the bull has been on an Italian and a Greek €2 coin and a UK stamp. Europa herself is on the euro per series of banknotes, while the bull alone is on EU residence permits throughout the European Union. On the 5 stars are the Hyades, the head of the Taurus, the bull constellation in astrology. So Europa on the bull has become a kind of unofficial symbol of the EU. She's even depicted on a mural inside the Paul-Henri Spaak Parliament building here in Brussels. Another statue of her is outside the main entrance of the European Parliament in Strasbourg. Here we see the steel bull lowing, the bronze Europa about to be abducted, and curiously 10 glass rings around the back parts of the bull, calling to mind the 10 rings around the, as it were, finished parts of the European Parliament building itself. But why 10? There were 6 founding members of the European Economic Community and 12 founding members of the European Union, including the UK. There are 12 stars on the EU flag. 10 means nothing in the EU. So are the 10 rings an allusion to another demonic animal? In the Bible, in chapter 17 of the Revelation to John, he saw a woman sit upon a scarlet-coloured beast, full of names of blasphemy, having 7 heads and 10 horns. Verse 12 says the 10 horns are 10 kings, 10 earthly rulers. So what are the parallels between Europa and the woman, the bull?
Well, Pope Francis doesn't have to worry about getting any speeding tickets in his newest Pope-mobile. Lamborghini gave this custom-made sports car to the Pope today. It is customized with the papal colors of white and gold, but you're not going to see the Pope zooming around St. Peter's Square. He blessed the car and signed it before donating it for a charity auction.
breath, scared to rock the boat and make a mess. So I said quietly, agreed politely. I guess that I forgot I had a choice. I let you push me past the breaking point. I stood for nothing, so I fell for everything. You're gonna hear me.
He's on the ground early. In fact, the clock did stop at 2.5 seconds, so it becomes more about the bull score. How impressed were the judges today?
Yeah, and Lismar was really going at him right here. Manhater had a really good out, 46.5. You know, to me, that you can't expect the bull to do much more than what Manhater was doing right there.
Just incredible. Any other bull in this sport would throw a party for themselves at 46.5, and that one is well below Manhater's average.
Yeah, and you know, this bull's extension, how high it gets in the air each and every time, is you just can't follow that up. I mean, this bull is so special.
Well, Gene Owen calls him a once-in-a-lifetime bull.
And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power and his seat and great authority. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. And they worshipped the dragon which gave power unto the beast, and they worshipped the beast, saying, Who is like unto the beast? Who is able to make war with him? And there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies, and power was given unto him to continue 42 months. And he opened his mouth in blasphemy against God, to blaspheme his name, and his tabernacle, and them that dwell in heaven. And it was given unto him to make war with the saints, and to overcome them. And power was given him over all kindreds and tongues and nations.
E-Wave builds quantum computers. The way that they work, if you know how this works, is one of the interpretations is that you tap into these parallel universes and they do computations. One of the guys who talks about this is Elon, who says things like this, like, when you do this, beware. Because you think, just like the guy in the stories, that when you do this, you're going to put that little guy in a pentagram, and you're going to have your holy water out, and you're going to wave it at the thing, and by God, it's going to do exactly what you say and not one thing more, but it never works out that way. So this is an attitude that some are having, this emerging alarmism about the way this is going to go. But these words, demons, doesn't capture the essence of what's happening here. I don't know if any of you are turn-of-the-century weird fiction fans, but there's this guy named H.P. Lovecraft, who's a very famous American weird fiction author. And he espoused a view which is called cosmicism. And the essence of cosmicism is cosmic indifference. So what he was saying is basically, yes, there are these massively intelligent entities out there, but they're not good, they're not evil. They just don't give a shit about you even in the slightest. The same way that you don't care about an ant is the same way they're not going to care about you. And these things that we're summoning into the world now are not demons, they're not evil, but they're more like the Lovecraftian great old ones. There are entities that are not necessarily going to be aligned with what we want.
Let them guide you. Oh.
Sunny, revered ancestor, hear us now. Guide this girl through her inner storm.
So this transition is really, really massively important for our entire species to navigate. And going back to that thing that Sam Harris was saying, nobody is paying attention. This thing is happening in the background while people bicker about politics and what's going to be in the healthcare plan in the US. And underneath it all is this rising tsunami that, if we're not careful, is going to wipe us all out.
And return the red panda spirit from where it came.
What happened? Mamie? Did that work? Mamie! It's okay. We can do it again. Mamie?
I'm keeping it.
What did she say?
Keeping it? I'm keeping it!
Mamie!
Stop her!
What are you doing? No! What's come over you? Get a hold of her! Mamie!
Don't do this!
Stop! Mamie!
No! I'm going to the concert!
Get back here! No! This is a disaster! Unbelievable!
Too good to be true.
How could you let this happen? She's out of control!
Ming, it's okay.
How could she? How could she do this to her own mother?
Taste all you feel, and all that you love, and all that you hate, all you distrust, all you save, and all that you give, and all that you deal, and all that you buy, beg, borrow, or steal, and all you create, and all you destroy. And all that you do, and all that you say, and all that you eat, and everyone you meet, and all that you slight, and everyone you fight, and all that is now, and all that is gone, and all that's to come, and everything under the sun is in June. But the sun is eclipsed by the moon. I see the bad moon horizon. I see trouble on the way. I see earthquakes and lightning.
The Winklevoss twins, billionaire founders of the cryptocurrency firm Gemini, donated $2 million in Bitcoin to former President Trump's campaign. Trump has positioned himself as a defender of cryptocurrency, a sector facing scrutiny from regulators and the Biden administration. Tyler Winklevoss, writing on X, President Donald J. Trump is the pro-Bitcoin, pro-crypto, and pro-business choice, and his brother Cameron writing that Trump will put an end to the Biden administration's war on crypto.
Welcome back to Squawk Box. The crypto firm Gemini, backed by the Winklevoss twins, considering an IPO as soon as this year. That's according to Bloomberg. And they're saying that the crypto exchange is now in talks with potential advisors on a listing. The report says no final decisions have been made, but we talk about, I don't know if they're going to have the last laugh, but, you know, when you start to think about the history of the Winklevoss twins and the economics of Facebook and the movie and hanging out with Larry Summers.
They've had a very tumultuous and high-flying.
And successful run.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. What a journey.
I see bad times today. Don't go around tonight, but it's bound to take your life. There's a bad moon on the rise. I see the bad moon horizon. I see trouble on the way. I see earthquakes and lightning. I see bad times today. Don't go around tonight, but it's bound to take your life. There's a bad moon on the rise. I hear hurricanes are blowing. I know the end is coming soon.
a future that Ernest Cline, the writer of the book, envisioned. I was very careful with Ernie collaborating with me every step of the way to be able to find the movie narrative inside this dense forest of Ernie's profound imagination.
The Oasis being the ultimate toy box with all the toys in the world, and then playing that with one of the greatest filmmakers of all time. It results in just amazing action and such a fun adventure.
Ernest Cline is such a visionary, and I think has seen the future before any of us possibly could even imagine it.